Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Small School AD on the Educational AD Podcast. We're going to be right back with this week's Small School Athletic Director, but as always, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsors. Now, hey, don't hit that fast forward button. I'm watching you. These are all companies that I used as an athletic director, and I highly recommend that you use them too. So listen to our shout outs, then listen to our interview, and then go visit these sponsors. I'm telling you, you're going to be glad you did. Here we go. We want to say thanks to our good friends at Huddle. You know, as a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but when I became an athletic director, I made sure that our school was a Huddle school. And our coaches, our kids, even our parents just love the tools that Huddle provided. Go to huddle.com, join the 8 million users. Turn your school into a Huddle school. We also want to say thanks to Gipper. You know, your student athletes are on social media, so are their parents. And if they're not seeing content from you that celebrates their accomplishments and promotes your program, you're really missing out on a great opportunity. Go to Gipper.com. They're going to show you how to create world-class content in seconds. That's Gipper.com. We also want to say thank you to Home Campus. Home Campus is one of those platforms you're going to use every single day. Things like scheduling, rosters, scores, communication. How about athletic clearance and eligibility? Who doesn't do that every day? Go to homecampus.com. They're going to show you all the different things that their platform can do. Homecampus.com. We want to say thanks to the Ohio University Online Masters in Athletic Administration. This affordable 20-month totally online program allows you to earn your master's while also completing 11 NIAAA leadership training courses. Go to ohio.edu/info/MAA, the Ohio University Online Masters. We'd like to thank Hometown Ticketing. Hometown Ticketing is the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. I think that says it all. Go to hometownticketing.com. It's digital ticketing that offers more. We'd like to thank Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record boards for all the teams, for all the events, or your school's Hall of Fame, go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Take a look at their interactive touchscreen video consoles. It's also a great way to share your school's unique history and brag about your proudest moments. That's vitalsignswalloffame.com. We'd like to say thanks to Snap Raise. If you've ever been disappointed in a fundraising platform, those days are over. Go to snapraise.com. It's the best online fundraiser out there. We used it at our school with great success, and so will you. Go to snapraise.com. Let them show you all the things that the SnapRaise platform can do. We want to thank Sideline Interactive indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and you can schedule a live web demo to see their score tables and their score boards in action. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. That's sidelineinteractive.com. And we want to say thanks to Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Athletic directors already get feedback, but it's usually from a small group that wants to complain. Athletic Surveys will connect you to that group, but they're also going to connect you to the 98% of your stakeholders that support your program. And that information is incredibly valuable, especially when you're meeting with a frustrated parent or student athlete, or maybe your principal, or even your school board. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey that lets you take the pulse of everybody in your program. That's athleticsurveys.com. Welcome back, everybody, to another segment of Small School AD on the Educational AD Podcast. If you're new to the series, we're visiting with athletic directors at smaller schools. And our definition of a small school is, say, 300 students or less in the high school setting, those top 4 grades. We like to say, because it's true, that small school ADs wear a lot of hats. And very excited, our guest this week is Ann Mattarazzo. She is a certified athletic administrator. She's the director of athletics at Bishop Brady High School in Concord, New Hampshire. Has incredible athletic background, but hey, let's welcome her, Ann Mattarazzo. Welcome to Small School AD.
Hi, Jake. Hi, everybody. Super excited to be here. Looking forward to chatting.
Well, we're recording this on July 2nd. So I got to ask, you guys still have snow on the ground up there in New Hampshire, or you have some warm weather?
No, we're finally getting sunshine. We had a little bit of rain in the late spring after we got hit with it pretty early in spring season. So we're finally transitioning to some sun.
Okay, well, I actually spent a small amount of time in my career up in your area, and we can talk about that later. But um, share with our listeners a little bit about your story and also about Bishop Brady School, so they can kind of get a feel for your position here at Small School AD.
Yeah, absolutely. So Bishop Brady is a small Catholic private school located right in Concord in New Hampshire, and we're part of the Diocese of Manchester. We're an NHIA school with about 29 varsity sports, which is sometimes abnormal for the size of our school. We are of a unique divisional alignment based on the size and the change in our enrollment over the last 10, 20 years. We have teams that play in Division One, and we are an aligned Division Four school. So we actually get the opportunity to play in all divisions in the state. We have about 258 students. We had 64 graduating seniors this year. We're in 9th through 12th with PG options, and we're actually very unique as we just started being an option for a hockey academy in our area. So it's we're quite an eclectic school. So I personally graduated from Trinity, which is another school in the Diocese of Manchester. I went to Bishop Brady my freshman year. I have a unique background, which hopefully one day I'll be able to share even more about Brady. My extended family went there, but I have a twin brother, so I graduated from a different school, so he could have his own roots. So I have an undergraduate degree in business and a master's in sports management. I spent many years coaching college women's basketball for a while, and then found myself into a prep school in high school and fell in love with the high school age students. So came to Brady in 2016 with a little bit of a math background, a communication emphasis, and now I find myself going into year 6 as the athletic director.
Oh, well, very cool. And again, spoiler alert for our listeners, we're going to bring Ann back this fall for a full interview. But I'm curious, your time, you've been in a couple of different settings, but what are some tools or some practices that you found to be successful for you, maybe from a leadership or organizational standpoint, that are a particularly good fit for small school athletic directors?
Absolutely. I mean, I think every athletic director, probably in the country, would say the relationships, right? And authentic relationships is really what I pride myself on. I'm a very wear your heart on your sleeve type of person. So I'm always chatting. I'm probably in the middle of my parent fan section most frequently at games. I'm always kind of connecting with people in our community. Being a private school, we're not the city school, but I'm reaching out to a lot of local businesses and places just that might support us or support our student athletes in some facet. I'm very big in being present. I'm a big social media advocate. Kids love to see their face and their action shot on Instagram. So I use a lot of Twitter and Facebook and Instagram for our athletes. But I'm also present there, so they know if I've captured the moment, they've already seen me there and cheering them on in some facet. And I think that goes a long way. I think one thing I really emphasize is bringing the value to the student athlete experience. And I think that's something that we push very hard in our state to do and really try to incorporate our schools. I mean, you'll see I went to the Division One baseball championship, and you'll see uniforms for the teachers that they're wearing at their games. I think as ADs in our state, and especially myself, I pride myself on having the kids feel like what they're doing and the time and the effort they're putting in is appreciated and understood. We do that a lot in our school. I do a lot of communication with our teachers just to have them understand like they're not just skipping school to get dismissed breakfast early to go play a sport, they're committing, they're putting time and effort, they're practicing, they're regimented, they've had to do their homework late at night because they got off the bus. We have a lot of conversations about that because, the kids, they're gonna care and give more if they know how much we care and how much we give to them. And that's a big emphasis of why I fell in love with the high school level is just being able to provide experiences for them. I always laugh. One of our best teams didn't win a game for 2 years, but they were the best culture, the best energy. I swear I never heard so many kids excited about getting chocolate milk after the game. I went to a local creamery, our boosters, and we got chocolate milk donated. And those kids, like, they were living their best life just having the chocolate milk. And now they're turning their program around. But the culture was built and the buy in happened with just little moments. And I think that goes a long way in the small school. So.
Oh, no, absolutely. That's when you know that you've got a great coach, a great coaching staff, when those wins aren't coming, and sometimes they just don't come, but the kids are still there. They're engaged, they're learning, they're competing, wow, great stuff, great memories. And as you mentioned, sometimes those tough times, are what lead to those wins on the scoreboard later on. Um, and I'm just very excited to take a deeper dive on that full interview down the road. But for now, if one of our listeners wanted to reach out, pick your brain a little bit more, see how you do things there at Bishop Brady, or just add you to their network, what's the best way that they can get a hold of Ann Mattarazzo?
Yeah, I mean, we all know that we're all running and we're never really at our computer for a long time. So I would say they can always try my email. I have a very long last name, but I'd start with just a text or a call. So I'm happy to share my cell phone, 603-491-6005. And my email is amattarazzo@bishopbrady.edu.
And you're also on LinkedIn, so check out Ann Mattarazzo, and add her to your networks. I think you'd have a great resource. And thanks so much for sharing with our listeners today. All the best. Hope you have a great summer, and all the best moving forward into the next school year.
I appreciate it, Jake, and I look forward to talking in the fall.
Oh, absolutely. For listeners, we appreciate you. And just to remind you, we upload the Zoom recordings of all of our interviews to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We do this just about every day, sharing stories and best practices from athletic directors and leaders. So we hope you come back for the next episode of the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. Wow, great interview. Ann Mattarazzo, Bishop Brady High School. Make sure you add her to your network. Before we go, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Now, take some time and go visit each one of these sponsors. They're companies I used as an athletic director, and I really recommend that you check them out. Ohio University's online master's program in athletic administration, Gipper, go to gipper.com, Vital Signs Wall of Fame, Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack, Home Campus, Sideline Interactive, Huddle, Snap, Raise, and Hometown Ticketing. And we'll throw K-12 Sports Tech in there, our Wednesday Wisdom sponsor. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time on Small School AD on the Educational AD Podcast.